Hi there, and welcome to another Wednesday night sky yoga session. We'll be focusing on the hips today. Let's begin in a comfortable seated position. McLeod, good boy. All right, so maybe you want something to sit on to help you lift your hips up and relax your knees down. Let your lower body relax into the support. And then just lift your upper body upright, relaxed. Let your arms relax, shoulders and elbows loose. And then tuck your chin, look at the floor, and begin to pay attention to your breath. And now let's do some intentional breathing. For the pranayama today, I'd like to do box breath. And that's four-sided breathing, where you inhale, hold briefly. Don't tense up your throat, but just keep the breath in without releasing. And then you exhale, and then you pause again briefly. So make the pauses as long or as short as you need to be comfortable. So maybe your box is like a rectangle. Maybe you inhale long, hold short, exhale long, hold short. And that can, of course, change as you get more comfortable with your breath. So relax your belly and begin to breathe in a four-sided pattern. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, maybe 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. And hold, 1, 2, 3, or whatever variation works for you. And now let's take some cleansing breaths. So take a big, deep, full inhalation into your belly. And then with the exhale, use your belly to expel that air with a little force. All right, and now let's do some neck stretches. Drop your chin down, letting your head weight stretch the back of your neck. And then begin to roll gently side to side. My neck's pretty stiff today. I think I'll skip the full circle and just keep working on the half circles. There, nope. No full circles for me today. Excuse me. Oh, all right. Let's open up the arms wide. Reach out your fingers long. Inhale high. Feel your rib cage lift. And exhale down. Like a bird getting ready to fly. Inhale, reach. And exhale, release. One more like that. And then let's drop one hand and side bend. Just pause a moment here, bending the lower elbow, pulling the upper one back. And then let's make some circles. And reach up. Inhale. Exhale. And circle. And it appears I didn't go the other way. Let's reverse it. And come back up. Fingers reaching long, thumbs up, press the backs of the hands toward each other. And a big hug. Pulling the shoulders forward. And then inhale, thumbs down and palms together. And another big hug with the other elbow on top. All right, hands down, and let's roll the shoulders, nice big circles, all the way up by your ears, and then way down. And then change direction. So sorry. All right, let's come down to hands and knees. And do cats and cows. So press through the palm of your hand, straighten the arms, lengthen the arms, drop the head, belly up, tailbone down. Pause here at the top of your arch in cat pose. Stretch through your arms. And then push back with an exhale. And now drop your elbows and pull forward with an inhale. And just keep rolling through. And come back up. And let's wag your tail. Just look over and look the other way. Look over your shoulder and look the other way. And we'll thread the needle now. So inhale the left arm high and exhale to the floor. Your right hand's going to slide out, reaching, stretching both shoulders. And with an exhale, wrap the arm around you. And roll your left forearm. Let's unwind and press up. And inhale high. And exhale down. And change sides. Inhale the right arm high. Exhale down. Reach out your left hand as far as it'll go. And with an exhale, wrap it around behind you. Rolling your right forearm. And then we'll unwind the left arm, press up, and inhale the right arm high again. And release it down. Okay, kickstand now. Extend your left leg, roll your foot around, roll it the other way. And then swing your leg out to your side and come down. Relax your leg and reach for your left ankle. So I'm going to let my weight slip to the right and just keep reaching for that ankle, getting a deep stretch in the back of the left leg. And let's come back up. Preparing to switch sides. So extend your right leg, roll your foot around, roll your foot the other way, and extend to the side. Relaxing the right leg, let your weight fall to the left. Reach for your ankle. And bring your hand up, lift your hips, and bring your knee back to center. It's time for drunken cow. So maybe try spinning the other way that you don't always go, just to switch things up. And pay attention to your hips, since that's our focus today. Mine are pretty tight. And let's go the other direction. And now pushing back, open your knees and come down into child's pose. With a nice long stretch through arms and back. And then we'll come back up through and swing forward into up dog or down into Sphinx. And look over your shoulders. Look the other way. Let your belly relax. Nice. Let's come up and just do one strengthening exercise. We'll do high plank for the arms. So stacking your arms all the joints in line, fronts of your elbows facing forward. We're going to extend into high plank. Bring your hips down in line with ankles and shoulders. Breathe. Look at the mat. And then drop your knees and push back. Nice. Let's come around to the back now and do some back stretches. So lying on the back, hug your knees and rock side to side. Mm. 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 And now we're going to put the hands on the knees and take them in circles. And change direction. And now let's lift the feet up into happy baby. Spread your feet wide, opening up the hip joints. Rolling side to side. And now bring your feet together. Pull the feet in, push the knees away. Let your back relax into the mat. Relax all the pelvic muscles. Pulling the feet, pushing the knees. And release. Feet come down, they stay together. And now you can rock or flap. Opening up the hip joints. And then bring your knees together, roll to one side and push up. All right, we'll come to hands and knees into our hip flow. So resting on the balls of your feet, arms are straight. We're going to straighten the legs and lift the hips up high into down dog. So pause here, walk the dog, bending your knees, dropping your heels. And then drop both heels. We're going to lift your left leg high and look under your armpit, opening up your hips. And then swing that left knee forward to touch your wrist. And your back leg comes all the way flat on the top of your foot. So your shin can be diagonal or it can be directly under your thigh. Either way. We're going to come up on our fingertips. Into a little bit of a back bend. And then come down, resting your forehead on your arms in sleeping pigeon. Let everything relax from the hips outward. And we're going to straighten the arms up. Your left hand is centered. Bend your leg and reach for that foot. Putting your toes up somewhere near your elbow. And resting your left hand on your left thigh if you're able. And then we're going to sit on the left hip. So swinging around, left knee bottom, right knee top, or stacking the knees as much as possible. Your feet are out to your sides. Ooh, that's pretty intense on the right hip. So if this is intense for you, just sit here and relax. Breathe into your hips. If you're ready for a challenge, try rolling forward and hugging your knees. You can always rest on a cushion if that would help you feel more supported. And now let's sit back up again. And we'll add the arms. So left arm coming behind you low and right arm coming from the top. If you can touch your fingertips, great. If not, leave your right elbow up and pull it with your left hand in a classic tricep stretch. And now let's slowly come out of that and roll the shoulders a couple times each way. Okay, now the twist. So your right hand comes, yes, your right hand comes behind and your left arm is pushing your right knee across your body. So we're looking to the right, twist to the right. And come back to center, and we'll finish off with a hip lift. So place your hand just past your foot. We're gonna lift your right arm and arch up into the air. And come down with control. Nicely done. And now we're ready to do it on the other side. So let's come back into tabletop. Resting on the balls of your feet, we're going to lift the hips up high, straighten your legs, walk the dog. Looking for that cow feeling in your back. And then we're going to lift the right leg high. Look under your armpit, open your hips to the side of the room, and then swing your right knee forward. Left leg collapses and slides back. So your right foot can be under your left hip, or it can be under your thigh, whatever's comfortable for you. We're going to come up on the fingertips for a little back bend. And then come down into sleeping pigeon. Rest your forehead on your forearms. Relax everything. And now we're going to straighten the arms and come back up. Your right hand is centered. Bend your left leg and reach for it with your left arm. So we're pulling those toes up close to your elbow. Big, deep stretch in the quads. Ooh, try to relax into it and bring your right hand to your right thigh if you're able. And sit down on your right hip. Okay, and now the right knee is on the bottom, left knee is on the top. Knees are stacked, feet are roughly even. You can just sit here like this or hug your knees, reach forward. Ooh, very intense. Ooh, and come back up, straightening. We're going to take the right hand low this time and the left hand high. And maybe you can touch fingertips. If not, that's okay. Just grab your left elbow with your right hand. Relax, stretch your triceps. Coming down, give your shoulders a couple rolls. Change direction. And now we're going to twist to the left. So your right arm is outside your knee and your left arm is behind you, twisting to the left. Come back to the center. We're going to take your right hand outside your right foot and reach your left arm long, arching up, lifting your hips into the air. Reach. And come down to seated. Yeah, all right, good job. Let's uncross the legs and do some windshield wipers. So hands behind, feet really wide, and we'll just rock our knees down as far down as they will go. And now coming into Baddha Konasana, holding the feet close to your body, pressing the knees down, and lift up your chest. Open your chest, feel your shoulders pull back. Breathe and relax, release your knees down. Very nice. And now let's extend the right leg. We're going to keep the left leg folded. Extend the right leg, reach out toward your foot or whatever you can reach. Relax your ankle. Maybe you need a strap. That's okay. And then side bend. And then rotate toward your foot, bring your hands or arms together, relaxing the back of your leg down into the mat. Keep your ankle soft, pulling your toes toward you. And sit up nice and slow. We'll fold in the right leg and extend the left leg. Same thing, just reach out toward your left foot. Relax your left leg. And then extend your right arm and side bend. And then rotate. Oh, facing your foot, bringing your hands and arms together. Keep your ankle soft. Let your elbows droop down. And release. Let's sit up nice and slow. And we'll do a hip lift. So come to cross-legged. We'll place the hands behind. We're going to roll the knees forward and down and lift the hips up. And then come slowly back to seated. Bring your arms in front now and reach forward. See if you can get your elbows to the floor. If not, you can place your elbows on a cushion. Let your head hang down. I'm really feeling this in the outer hips. We'll sit back up and do that again with the legs crossed the other way. So change the cross of your legs. Hands come behind you for support. We're going to bring the knees forward and down and the hips up. Feeling a big stretch in the quads, in the front hip flexors. You can let your head hang or not, whatever's comfortable for you. Breathe. Keep pushing your hips up. And then slowly come to seated. And walk your hands out in front of you. Again, you can put a cushion under your elbows if that would be helpful. You need to be able to relax into the pose. So if you're kind of straining in the air, you're not relaxing. Support yourself. I'm really feeling this in the outer hips. Yikes, so tight. And then let's sit up again. And we can rock the baby. So we're going to take your left heel and put your heel somewhere on your forearm, somewhere between your wrist and your elbow. And then wrap your left arm around your knee. And if this is not doable for you, do it forklift style. So both forearms under your shin, pulling your lower leg toward you. So either way, we're pulling the leg in close and rocking side to side. Feel that stretch in your outer hip. Back and forth. Maybe you can do little circles without losing your balance. And then try extending your right leg. That's going to change things. You can do all the same things, side to side, front to back, little circles. And now let's grab your left foot in your left hand and try to get your leg straight and vertical. Oh boy. All right. Now your left leg rests and we'll rock the right leg. So bring your right heel up somewhere on your forearm and wrap your other hand around, or this forklift style is available. And rock side to side. To and fro. Little circles. Change direction. And then extend your left leg and do it all again. So I'm going to start with to and fro, forward and back, and then some side to side. And then little circles. It's a little harder to keep your balance this way. And change direction. Okay, now we're going to grab your right foot in your right hand and stretch it long and vertical. Relax your ankle. Ah, very nice. Okay, good job. Let's come down to the back and do knee down twist before Shavasana. So down on the back, hug your knees, let your back relax. And then you're going to straighten your thighs so they're directly vertical over your hips, arms tee out, and drop your knees to your right. Your right hand holds them down, and you look either up at the ceiling or over your shoulder. Nice, gentle, full spinal twist and hip stretch. I love this one. And then come back up to center. Use your abs, pull your knees in, rock a bit. Wow. And then knees go directly over your hips, thighs are vertical, arms tee out. Drop your knees to the left. Left hand holds them down, and you look either at the ceiling or over your right shoulder. Head to center. Use your abs, knees to center. And we are ready for Shavasana. So take your time settling in to your position. You can extend one leg at a time. Release your arms down, palms up. If you need back support, you can put a cushion under your knees or bend your knees and rest them against each other. I think I'm going to do that one. Yeah. And let's relax from the hips outward. So just pay attention to your hips and how different they might feel from the beginning of the session. How you can feel all the circulation, bringing oxygen and energy. Let everything in the hip and pelvic area relax down into the mat. And let your lower back relax down into the mat. And let your belly sink downward towards your back. Let your rib cage sink down. Let your shoulders sink back into the mat. And let this relaxation flow down your arms and come to rest in the palms of your hands. Now take your attention back to your hips, and we'll go downward this time through your thighs and hamstrings, relaxing as you go. Soften your knees and calves. Relax your whole foot. And feel your legs weighing heavily on the mat. And now we'll take the attention to the head, resting heavy on the mat. Allowing your neck and throat to relax. Allow your whole face to go soft. Forehead, eyes, mouth, jaw, tongue. Your whole face is soft. And all you have to do is lie here and soak up the benefit of your practice. Just allow your breath to breathe itself. And allow any thoughts to just blow by like clouds in the sky. Let's take a nice long inhale, pulling breath down the length of your spine, through your limbs, all the way to the tips of your fingers and toes. And then start wiggling your fingers and toes. And then roll your wrists and ankles and neck. And then do whatever your spine craves, whether that's a long full body stretch or curling back up into a little ball. When you're ready, you can roll to one side and rest your head on your arm. And as you're ready, push up to seated. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Namaste.